Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Marvelous X-Men, issue number 1 of 5. This is part of the Age of X-Men thing. There's going to be a whole bunch of comic books out there, and yeah, if they're all going to be like this, we might as well stop now. That's just my opinion. Let's just get into this. Writers, there are two of them, Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler. Artist, Marco Failla. Matt Mila is on color art, and letters, VC's Joe Caramonga. Phil Noto did this cover. Variant cover artists, there's a few of them. And boom, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the original X-Men. So basically, you know the deal. Like, all these books are just going to be like, you remember House of M? And they had, no, actually it was before the No More Mutants thing. It was like, okay, that's it. I can't take it anymore. Ah! And then all of a sudden, poof, there's this whole new world, and there's a bunch of small stories that don't actually matter. They don't do anything. Some of them are cool, like the tie-in for Captain America. I thought that was actually really cool. There's a bunch of them that were actually pretty damn cool. The Spider-Man story, a bunch of them, they were awesome, right? But then there's a bunch that didn't, quite cut it. And at the end of the day, not a single one of them matter to this day now. You can say the same thing about lots of stories like that. Geez, for crying out loud, what was the one, Battle World, right? All of a sudden, that's it, everything just disappears. Tony Stark and Captain America fight to the very end, and it all just disappears. Next thing you know, there's this Battle World with all these different characters and different forms on different parts, different areas of the continent of Battle World, and not a single one of them to this day actually matter. Not a one, not a single one. Welcome to 5 different titles where not a single one is going to matter for the future. Do I know that for a fact? Hell no. Do I believe that wholeheartedly? Oh, hell yes. Basically, like, this is just such an uninspiring comic book. I really genuinely try to be biased towards the comic book as I'm reading it. I mean, you got these houses. Obviously, Magneto lives here because everything's made out of metal. Then you can find Nature Girl's house, and it's like you can kind of tell where everybody's at because they all live on this little cul-de-sac. Oh, it's so perfect, right? Actually, it's a circle, but you get my gist. Yeah, and then it's like all of a sudden, X-Men, your action is required. So they all go running towards this one place, the big building, and they're, very uninspired running, like, when I was a kid, what grade was I in? I must have been in 3rd grade. Miss Shockley's class. And we had to put on, like, some little act talking about a book that we read or something like that. So I actually went out and bought the book, yes, in 3rd grade, for Return of the Jedi. And I was like, I'm going to do a play acting of, the whole entire movie. And the teacher, when she found out, she's like, oh, no, you're not. You could pick a scene. So I did the scene where, Luke Skywalker falls beneath Jabba's throne room, and boom, he has to battle the Rancor in the pit. And it was like, and people went goo goo gaga crazy over that because they were just stupid little, I drew pictures of the Sarlacc and Luke Skywalker and Jabba up on top, and I, cut them out, and I colored them, and I put them on popsicle sticks, and, had them, and I got behind a desk, and I did all the thing. Meanwhile, I had the audio book playing. Like, Professor Bill is a showman, you know what I'm saying? And all the kids were like, whoa, this is the best one. And I totally won. It wasn't a competition, but F you, I won. Those other kids sucked. Can you tell how competitive I am? And, like that just reminds me of this. They're all just like, popsicle stick, cardboard cutouts. Yeah, just not great. Not great. And they all go inside this meeting to talk about, there's a forest fire in Los Angeles area in California, which is sad because there's always forest fires in Los Angeles. But they had to come in here and go through 5 panels of conversation about the thing. And, oh no, but people are being put out of house and home. This jeopardizes future mutants. Because remember, in Age of X, all of the people in the world are now mutants. And like, oh, this is a terrible thing. We have to save these people. Yes, why are we talking? Let's go out and save these people. You're right. We should go out and save these people. Shut up and get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine if firefighters did something like this? Could you imagine if the bells started ringing and you see them all, they're jumping out of the beds and the weight rooms and all the the pool room and all the different things that they're doing to try and keep themselves occupied for the days that they got to be there. And they jump out and they start sliding down the poles and they're pulling on their pants and then jumping on the truck as they're throwing on the jacket and grabbing their axes and oh, we're gonna save some people. And all the girls are like, oh, firefighters. And I get it. Can you imagine if they instead went into a room and they just sat there talking? All right, Chief, what's going on? Well, it turns out there's a fire. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Are you kidding me? There's a fire. That's crazy. We're firefighters. Like, you fucking jackass. Like, so the Age of X-Men world don't even have firefighters, apparently. There's just X-Men. Because freaking Magneto's going to go by with a big gigantic metal, sheet metal frying pan or whatever and start stomping out the freaking fire, right? X-23, she's going to run and start cutting down the logs and digging a trench so that, get a fire going. I don't know. Like, what the hell are these people doing? Call a goddamn firefighter. Call the mutant firefighters who are preferably all like, Hydro Man level powers and Iceman powers. We don't need you, dumb man. What the hell is Nature Girl gonna do? I'm gonna rescue all their funny little animals. I'm really happy to see Nature Girl actually doing stuff for once. But not like this, man. This comic book was completely pointless. At the very end, Jean Grey, spoiler, Jean Grey has some kind of a epileptic seizure. And even the way that this thing works, like it looks like she had a damn seizure. It's like, oh, before I even get there, freaking X-23. She's having a 2-page long discussion with X-Man. And it's like, they're just walking through, they're chilling out, and all of a sudden he's like, by the way, you actually do have a daughter, or a sister, made from the same genetic stock as you from Wolverine, but I can't let you see her. And she's like, what? And she's right away ready to freaking, like, eviscerate him until he controls her and says, yeah, no, we're not going to have that. She got triggered like that. Like that. She's just like, what? I have a sister? Shink, I'm gonna kill you. And just like, I think you need a chill pill. So then over here, like, in the back, here's Jean Grey. She's, sitting here chilling. I want you to look at the she's like, yeah, I'm going to make a thing. I'm going to play Jenga, saying with my mind. And then over here, it's like, oh my God, I fell down. Now, she already hit the ground. You can see the bump. She hit the ground thing. And then she apparently bounces because she's got, like, like, it would be better if she didn't use her telekinesis because she just bump and then, you're down. I'm down on the ground. I'm safe. I will not fall again. But no, she apparently flies back up again or something like that because now she's doing this big freaking spider walk thing like Bray Wyatt from the WWE. She's like, and Magneto's all the way over here and he runs up and gets right up on her. I got you, and Nightcrawler teleports on the side. She must have like flipped or something because all of a sudden he's in front of her and Magneto's way the hell back there. Like, what the hell? Boom, boom, boom. What the hell? And then she's just like, none of that makes any sense. The positioning of the art, it doesn't make any sense. How the hell is Magneto like, I'm over here now, I'm right on you, and now I'm back here, and this guy's in front of me. Like, what the frig? So, and they're just like, oh, I have 3 names. I have N. Sabat Nor Space. I have Apocalypse. I have his son, Evan Sabat Nor, and I have Kitty Pryde. I got these 3 names. What do they mean? What do these names mean? Who the hell are those people? Nate Gray. He's like, who the hell are those people? Shut up, man. I'm not reading issue 2. All right. This was close enough to a hate read as I'm going to get. I felt strongly that this was not going to be a good comic book. I tried to just believe it was going to be good and read it anyway. And I'm just so taken aback by how terrible this was done. This is the very definition of a throwaway comic book. Like somebody came along and said, we can make some money because there are going to be some people who just have to collect everything that's X-Men. Well, I hope you make some good money off of those people. And I hope those people have the ability to find a refund in some way, shape, or form too. Because this was just not in any way, shape, or form, by any definition or stretch of imagination, an even decent comic book, man. This was a terrible comic book. There was, not only is there no purpose, no point, no rhyme, no reason for making this book, except let's see if we can make a couple bucks off of people. I would really like it. I would actually have preferred it if the X-Men just disappeared. Okay, how about this? Instead of having the X-Men annual, where all of a sudden, like, all this crazy stuff, how about instead, literally, you just make it, listen, we're going to make a $9.99 US dollar price tag for this X-Men annual #1. Or you could even do it now where there's like a special edition comic, but we can't because they're already doing this stuff. Just be like, listen, all the stuff that's happening with Age of X, all these 4 or 5 different comic books we're going to put out with multiple different issues for each one, we're just going to cram it all into this one book, because at the end of the day, here's what everybody wants to see. And by all means, please raise your hand and tell me if I'm dead wrong. I am more than happy to hear you guys say, Professor Bill, I respectfully disagree with you. This is awesome comic book. I love to hear the back and forth. I'm totally cool with people disagreeing with me. Totally cool with it. Please tell me that you enjoyed this comic book, that you think, no, this is a very necessary comic book, because I don't think I'm going to get one single soul who says, oh no, this is a very necessary comic book. I just don't think I'm going to get a single one of those people. I just don't think that you exist. All of this could have been shoved into, all of these books could have been shoved into one single book, an 80-page, 100-page, giant-sized book, and just, here's all the stuff, here's a bunch of little stories. You don't need the comic book, but it's going to be fun. I'd be okay with that, because it's just one book, instead of this mundane, dragged out. I'm sorry, I'm not reviewing the other books for you. I'm telling you, issue #1 is terrible. I am not going to be grabbing the other 4 issues of this book. I will check out Amazing Nightcrawler. I will check out issue #1 of all the other comic books, just for the sake of conversation, because hopefully I'll find something that at least entertains me. This didn't even entertain me. I had more fun finding all the defunct problems that this comic book had, the deficiencies that simply did not need to exist, and yet blatantly in my face, hi. No, it was terrible. Terrible. So yeah, no. No. Terribly disappointed in this book in every way, shape, and form imaginable. So I'm done. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.